really, this life is a joke sometimes. Really, you just look at things and think, no. That's why things have to change, because people are definitely waking up to what's going on here, to what is really going on in the world. You know, how the hell are we giving away our power like this? But it's really simple, because each and every one of us are wanting to make it. It's the same type of vibe, and it's not bad. But that individualistic nature is what is keeping us down. So it's the same kind of vibe in Nigeria, for instance. I'm a Nigerian, so I can speak about Nigeria, and I've experienced life there as well. So in Nigeria, it's very much so a money culture, a wealth culture. People want to be wealthy. People want to live the big life. But the country, most people are suffering, especially now with the political situation there. Yeah? So if everyone does not come together and change things and make things better for everyone, yes, for the masses, instead everyone's hustling, trying to be like that next big man that got his money, whether it's legitly or illegitimately, yes, there's not going to be a change. Everyone's just hustling to secure the bag for themselves and their family. There's not going to be any change for the masses. And that is the same sentiment. That's the same thing that's going on in the world at large. You're taught to be an individual, a unit, just a family unit. You're not talking about villages, communities anymore. Yeah? Go out, go work, go hustle, drop your children with a stranger. The school system will raise your child. Friends and nannies will raise your child. Not even friends, because the friends are still out there chasing a bag themselves. And it's not bad to be wealthy. It's a great thing. But at what cost now? What then actually is the meaning of life? Because once you get that bag, what happens next? For people who have that wealth that most are still dreaming to, what next? It then becomes a thing of the heart for people that have that conscience and not are just so absorbed in material life. It becomes a thing of the heart. How can I give? What can I do to restore hope, to restore peace, to restore love, joy, unity, community? How can I give back is the main thing. Yes? So then why can't we start with that? How can we give everyone the bare minimum? That is the project. That is the foundation of it. How can we give everyone the bare minimum? They're eating, their shelter is taken care of. Anything else, then you have to progress yourself from there. If that is provided, yes, if that is provided, if we can come together as a mass of people in different countries, if that is provided, the world will be a different place entirely. Just imagine it. Because people are afraid, if I stop going to work, if I stop feeding into the system, everything will collapse for me and me alone. Who else is going to do it? But if that unity and trust can be there, that we're going to stand on this common goal, we're going to unite on this front. And when it comes to accommodation and feeding, that is sorted. Everybody has their piece. If we can do that, then it will be your services, what you can offer, what you can bring to the community is what will then sustain you, make you grow. Yes? Businesses, services, yes? So for those that want to achieve more, yes, it will still be there. That desire, that hunger, that drive, that fight will still be there to do and create more for yourself and for the people around. So it's not like everyone's just going to be a bum and, you know, it's not like it's going to be so much different from the world that it is today, but it would be that those systems of us giving to one source that is oppressing us, and their rules and regulations are not favoring us, instead of giving to that source and all the bureaucracy that comes with it and the evils, we'll have our own system. We'll run our own lives in a safer, sustainable way, and in a way that one can actually be free to grow and be what they were intended to be, what they came to this earth to do. And of course, we all came at this time for particular reasons. So, it's not all about, let's live a life of peace and hunky-dory, up in the fields kind of vibe. It's still a life of growing a society back to the heights that it was and beyond. More time than going within spiritually to know who you are and what you can achieve for yourself and the world at large. It goes deep. It's because most of us are still in this work mindset or this business mindset, are still chasing the bag. Once the bag is secure, what next? That's why you see the buildings of the past. That's why you see the inventions of the past. Everything as they say is happening at the same time. But that's why you see those in things of what we will call the past, looking greater, looking more sustainable than what we have now. They had that time. It wasn't about that 9 to 5 just to put food in your mouth. It wasn't about surviving off the state for bare minimum. It wasn't about chasing that rat race. So, if more of us begin to think like this and begin to unite and begin to elevate ourselves and look within, because once people even have this idea and want to come together, the problem will always be still that other person, which is essentially yourself. Yes? It's still you that is a problem. Why? Because maybe all the work that you need to do to be able to be a successful individual, you haven't done it. So it always does come back to the work within you that you need to do to be a great person in society, not just what you can provide business-wise, service-wise, but who you are as an individual. That is the key thing that will either break the mission or make it succeed. Yeah? We need to begin to do more self-reflection. Don't wait to go to a therapist. You can really be your own therapist if you choose to look deeper. Let's say you're so naive, you're so oblivious to your behavior. Always just think, would I like if this is done to me? And don't excuse. When you think, oh no, I won't like it, don't start to excuse why you think you did it. You won't like it, okay, so adjust. Oh, I've noticed this pattern that I like to run away from things. Oh, I noticed this pattern. I like to hold space too much for people. Oh, you've noticed it, begin to work on it. Then you can start delving deep into, where did this come from? Is it because my parents were not there? Is it because my parents were there too much? Then you can start going into deeper things. Yeah? But the point is, you've seen that pattern, and your effort is then, I am going to consciously break this pattern. We need to do the self-reflection on a daily and work towards becoming better for ourselves and the people around us. Because only at that time, because when you look at issues that arise, not just in relationships, being able to hold down a marriage or friendship, but work relationships, all these issues arise because people have not done the work that they need to do within them, projecting nonsense on other people. You know? Hate. Lots of hate. That's why they say love is the answer to every idiotic nonsense that we have going on in the world. Love. For real. If we really first love ourselves. Yeah, that's self-love. Very important. The most important. Because if people say, oh, I give too much. I give too much. Yeah, I'm one of those people. But you give too much, you give too much. Start giving to yourself first. Because that in itself is an issue. Why are you giving too much? Love yourself. Give to yourself. Feed yourself. Help yourself grow. Then you'll be able to do more. That in itself is a dynamic that is, dare I say, toxic. Yeah, for your own self. And then it doesn't birth anything good in someone draining your energy. There's nothing good that someone knows that, oh, that you will give and give and give. It doesn't birth anything good within them. It doesn't help them either. Because sometimes tough love is needed. Sometimes boundaries are needed. Not sometimes, all the time boundaries are needed, you know? There has to be balance in everything that we do. You want to drink water. Or even water is not even the best analogy because water in itself is not good. I'm thinking about something that's really good. Okay, watermelon. Is there ever an excess? There's still excess to good things. That's my point. There's still an excess to things that are good. So, moral of the story. Work on yourselves. We need to work on ourselves. And for us to be able to help ourselves do better and the community at whole. But most importantly, again, we then need to come together. So obviously don't wait till you're perfect because there's no perfect. Yeah? Come as you are. But as you come as you are, be working on yourself. It's just like going into a relationship with someone. You're not necessarily going to be perfect because there's some things that will come out from you, be triggered in you from that person. You can't know everything, especially if you're by yourself. You won't know all that is within you. Yeah, it's another person that will be a mirror to you. Yeah, and then there's love and there's skill set. You guys can work through it together to make it last. Sorry, I love love. It always comes back to love. That's why you see African movies, even Nollywood and Bollywood has it as well. We love love, yo. All our movies is about love. Nollywood, no, it's mostly love, love, love. So yes, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Be a good person. Change your heart. Change your vibration. Rise. Learn to love yourself and then others. And we've got to change this. We've got to change the world. We've got to take our power back. We've got to live lives that are free from oppression of these enslavers that have used witchcraft to brainwash us and blind us to the truths that are right in front of us. Rise, you mighty nation. We've got to rise. Not rice. I didn't say rice. I said rise.